I'm Robert.
And I'm John. And we're the
Generation X Men.
X-Men. Yeah.
We'll get this right one way or another. There it is. Welcome, everybody.
You know, honestly, I love that intro a whole lot more with the older music we had, but, you know, the whole copyright thing.
I know. We'll get it right one of these days. We just come on here. We can never get that one part down.
I can get it. I mean,
I know you can. G-Man's got his mind everywhere. Buddy, how you doing?
I'm good. Sunday. And to everybody out there, if you're looking for a nice structured show where everything is nice and laid out in order, this is not the show that you're looking for. We're kind of all over the place. In fact, we're going into this show not even knowing what we're talking about. Whatever comes up, that's what we're going to discuss. So, welcome to the ride, and let's get started.
Happy birthday, by the way, buddy.
Oh,
it was his birthday yesterday.
Yesterday, 49. 49 years old, and feeling it. Feeling 49. I'm not sure what it felt like before, but I think it feels like this.
That's when you start getting old and aches and pains.
No, anyway. I think that was about 9 years ago when the aches and pains started. And now they're just compounding.
Yeah, it's very true. Especially when it's cold. If it's cold, that's when you really feel it.
The knuckles really start to love the cold. And I still wear a metal ring, and when that thing gets cold, it hurts. Right. I mean, it really hurt. And I'm really thinking about going to one of those rubber bands, you know, I should have already a breakaway band in the job I'm in anyway.
Right.
In case I get my ring caught on something. But that's what I should do. I should have one of those, you know, breakaway bands. I mean, this one's like the tungsten or something that'll crack.
Yeah, tungsten. Yep.
What up, Deuce?
Deuce in the house. There we go. Yay, buddy. Yo, what is up? So you can hear two old guys shoot the shit for a little while.
Yeah, he's kind of up there with us.
Yeah, he is.
But he is up there with us.
So last night on the Nerdy Collective, that was fun. It was an open mic night show last night. That was a lot of fun. We had good people on the show. Inspired a lot. Made a couple things for, I think it was Monty. I think Discovery Bay was on like issue 17 with me. Big shout out to Discovery Bay and Monty. Oh, and this is kind of cool. I'll put this out here. Why not? In case they watch this or check it out. My buddy Rick and Edith are going to be tying the knot. They're getting married on June 18th.
All right. Well, congratulations to
that was very cool.
Rick and Edith.
Yeah, that's Rick and Edith. So, yeah, big congratulations to both of these guys. Bayfield, Wisconsin. That's going to be a big party.
Sounds like a big town.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Wisconsin. Everything's bigger in Wisconsin, right?
Oh yeah, whatever.
Biggest wheels of cheese in the country, Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
Um, let's see what do you want to talk about?
Well, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. I'm
No, you said I don't know what.
well, yeah. I mean,
What'd you do yesterday? You got a game, didn't you?
I had
Did
some
you get
people
the game?
over, and we played a game that I love,
Tell.
and it's called Werewolves of Miller's Hollow, and it's a community kind of picture. Everybody's a villager, and everyone does something different in the village. Except some of the villagers are werewolves, and then the game goes into a night cycle. And there's different steps that different villagers take in the nighttime. The werewolves kill someone at night, and then in the daytime, the villagers have to kill a villager to try to catch a werewolf. The
Wow.
villagers may kill a werewolf, or they may kill another villager. So
Wow. Okay.
it's
This is the
all
game you have been waiting for almost what 3 years to get?
oh, and yeah, I've had it for
Yeah.
probably 8 years, and I've written a whole bunch of stuff for it, and I've done all kinds of sound and audio clips for it,
Right.
so that when it goes into night cycles, all the crickets are playing, and different characters have different sounds, and it's a ton of fun. And like we had three of the families had their daughters with them. And
Right.
they're all, early teens, and they're like, "Oh, we don't think we're going to play." And I'm like, "Nah, you're going to play this." And so,
Did they like
in
it?
the very first game, one of the girls was like, "Well, just go ahead and vote me out." So she gets voted out, and then it gets to the next turn, and they're like, "Well, we're going to vote you out, so you can go stand with her." She's like, "Don't vote me out. This is fun."
Cool. Cool.
And then,
That's
after
cool.
2 games, one of my friends wanted to leave, and her daughter's like, "No, Dad, one more game.
Yeah.
Do one more game." It's
Nice.
it's a lot of fun. And you can play like up to 40 people with this game. So it's huge, and it is a terrific party game if it's done right. But honestly, I've never played. I've always emceed the game. So, but yeah,
Cool.
that's what we did yesterday.
Very cool.
I made some chili, and
Oh, you made chili too.
yeah,
Wow,
I
look
made
at
a lot
that.
better
I made
chili than you
chili
made.
yesterday too. Awesome.
Yeah, you made pork chili.
Yeah, listen to you. I make good chili. Shut up.
I have a 3 pork chili that I make that is absolutely wonderful. If anybody wants my recipe for my award-winning chili, right down there is my IG. Just IG me, and I will send you the recipe. I love people to make my chili. It's absolutely wonderful. It actually only takes about 15 minutes to make, and then you just let it sit in the crock pot.
Oh, you're a
Wonderful.
crock potter. I forget.
Oh, what am I going to do? Put it on the stove so it can burn?
No,
No.
you don't know how to cook then.
It's chili. You
I'm
put
kidding.
chili in a crock pot.
No.
I'm not going to sit there and play cauldron, stir the spoon all day. I got other stuff to do.
All good. Yeah, chili.
But yeah, that's it. I did talk to Mark Frog Boy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I talked to him. He said, yeah, he's not ready to come on yet, but
Okay.
I do have my 2 paintings in they're not in the works yet, but they're coming up. I think June
Nice.
is when my paintings come around. So really looking forward to that. He just did a painting for second appearance of Beta Ray Bill. The Beta Ray Bill and
Right.
Thor
Yep.
nose to nose. He just finished that one, and I honestly, I'm telling you, go look at his stuff.
I have. I've been seeing some of his stuff he's been dropping, and I've been liking it. Really nice artwork.
It is absolutely gorgeous stuff. But I'm going to put his link down there in the chat, and go. He's got a little website that's informative, and if you ever want one of these things, when he opens commissions back up, you better get in early, or you're going to be 2 years out, like Zach and I was.
Yeah.
because we have
I know you guys have been waiting
now
a
been
while.
on the list for 2 years.
Yep.
So amazing stuff. And he's even got the video in there where I sent him a frame, where I
Yeah.
made a frame from him. So that's even down in there, and it's cool. He's a really nice guy, and he's out in California, but awesome guy. Be sure to check him out.
Definitely.
Well, I guess that's all I got for you today. So
No. Oh, okay. Why can't I get the damn name down? Tell me about I just watched that anime that was on Amazon.
Critical Role, the mighty no, Vox Machina.
Vox Machina. There, you said it right perfectly.
Yeah,
excellent anime. That was so much fun.
Yeah, that was that's from it's a YouTube show called Critical Role.
Yep.
And that was from their first campaign that they did on YouTube. And that show was called The Legend of Vox Machina. It was actually
so
a
much
Kickstarter.
Fun. Yep.
And they raised over $1 million for that thing, like that. Yep. I mean, it was like super quick.
People want it.
They were doing it just to make it themselves.
Yeah.
And as soon as they did that, Amazon bought them bought the whole cartoon and said, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do this. They still get to participate. They're still the character actors for all the characters. But Amazon just snatched it right up. And that,
yep.
I think that was really one of the things that really kind of bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yep.
Bumped them up a lot.
There's a lot of people that I've been introducing it to, never even heard of it. I'm like, you heard of Critical Role, right? And they're like, yeah. And I go, well, it's the same people who made that. You're going to love it. Give it a shot. Because I get a lot of requests.
I never got into the first season. When I heard of Critical Role, my sons told me about it.
The live action in the auditoriums you're talking about?
Do what?
The ones where they do the live show and they're all on the tables in the front stage?
No, well, so they have campaigns. So, there's Vox Machina was 100 and some episodes.
Right.
The second campaign is the Mighty Nine, and it was 139 episodes.
Yep.
And my sons, they were driving to my house for Christmas one day, and when they got there, they're like, "Yeah, we were listening to Critical Role," and I was like, "What was that?" They're like, "It's people playing Dungeons and Dragons." I was like,
"Yeah."
They're like, "Dad, you should listen to it." I was like, "Well, what the hell would I want to do that?" And so then I got bored one day and driving back and forth to work, I started listening to it. I was like, okay, this is a pretty good show. And I kept listening to it, and they quit listening to it.
Right.
And I went through the whole second campaign of 139. It took me a year to catch up because each show is like 4 hours long.
It is. They're long. Yeah, they are long.
And even the one that I'm in, our shows range between 2 and 4 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they're so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a huge amount of fun. The one I'm in is on a channel called Shore Shack.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. You're welcome to go in. I think we're 30 some episodes in, but really it's more like 70 some episodes because we didn't start doing it until 30 some episodes in. So, but yeah,
I've watched it a couple of times. It's entertaining.
Yeah. There's some good ones. There's some boring ones, but you get that with every show. So
Yep.
Some are just backstory filler kind of things. Other things, stuff happens. So,
have you read any books this week? Anything?
If I'd had time, I might have. I didn't. Usually, I get in and when I get books in, I'm bagging and boarding and I'm doing invoices and I'm sorting everybody else's stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is cool looking. And,
I'll tell you,
got a chance. So much came in this week. Captain Carter came in this week. Daredevil, Woman Without Fear. So you liking that one?
Yeah, I like it so far. Chip
Zdarsky.
Thank you. I can never say his name right either. Tongue tied. It's not something new. It's something we've read before, especially when it comes to Daredevil. But big giveaway. Yeah, that's us. Elektra. Yep, Elektra playing the role. and a lot of the story, the artwork in here is pretty good. It's not bad. Story, like I said, we've heard some of this before with Fisk and her and him and the triangle and all this. So it kind of goes back and forth so far in the first one. But yeah, not bad. Not terrible. Definitely worth reading, especially if you never read the classics.
Right.
Enjoying this. Right now I am on page 149. I love this, John. This is awesome. This book.
Oh, Weird Science.
I love this. It's cool because in the book they actually show you the old ads.
Oh, right. Yeah, everything in there is just like it was.
Just supersized for old
Right.
men so we can read it.
And on really nice paper.
Yeah, really nice paper. Yeah, this is cool. The Made of the Future, but on the opposite page, it has the front cover. 500,000 years, the atomic war, the whole thing in there. It's pretty cool. I mean, larger than life. I'm loving this. Yeah, these are definitely worth the money of buying to read some of these classics. That way you're not wrecking the old ones.
Right.
I'm talking about the classics. What was it? I was going through some books earlier yesterday. What was it? Somebody wanted me to show something, and I can't remember which one it was. I was going through some of my old pulps from like 1950s and 51. I came across a couple of these. Somebody wanted me to show a couple covers, and I'm like, sure, I can do that if you're going to catch it. I don't see him in the chat, but hopefully it catches it on the rewind.
Right.
So just for you, here's some pulp.
Thrilling wonder stories.
Some 1948. This one is 1951. I've been trying to track down there's an H.P. Lovecraft story that I haven't found yet.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good. So that's why I've been going through them, rebagging, reboarding. And then there was something else. So you haven't been reading anything at all?
Not too recently. I know when Rocketeer comes out in a couple weeks, I will read that one. It is on final order cutoff this week for Rocketeer: The Great Race. So I am actually excited for another Rocketeer story to come out.
Bet you are. I seen that too. I was like, oh, John's going to be all over this.
Yep, I'm definitely going to get the 1 in 10, and I let everybody know that if you want the 1 in 10, you better tell me you want the 1 in 10. Otherwise, I'm keeping that one.
Yeah.
So, I'm keeping that one regardless.
Yep.
So
exactly.
I mean, even though it's not a Dave Stevens cover, it's still the Rocketeer. So that one's definitely going to be mine.
Of course. Totally makes sense. I've been trying to collect some of my older DC horrors, and this looks so good in friggin' Mylar. Oh my god, it's hard to find a decent copy of this. Phantom Stranger 17. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, right, yeah.
Really, really, really nice.
Didn't you get a lot of the Phantom Strangers off of me?
A few of them, yeah.
Okay.
A few of them.
Yeah, I had a bunch. I had almost the whole run of Phantom Stranger at one time.
Yeah, I love it.
I think I kept Phantom Stranger number 1. I think I got it graded and it's sitting over there.
Yeah, there was a couple guys in the chat that were talking last night about. What was it? That wasn't it either. Doggone it. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do some gardening. I'm going to do some gardening this year.
Well, you better. Food prices are going to go up.
Well, they already have. Are you kidding me? Propane gas is ridiculous right now. It's like double what it was for a full tank.
Uh-huh. Well, gas isn't far behind it.
No. But it's stupid, though. It shouldn't be like that. The propane. No, I'm sorry.
Let's see. Gas is double what it was 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we hit $2 a gallon here.
Right.
Not too long ago. Well, not too many years back. You know, we were down to 2, and now we are Here we are up to about 425.
Yeah, that's what it is here too. Yep. About 425.
And that sucks. And I mean, you can say it's Putin's fault, but it's not. Sorry, it's not.
Yeah, it's just an excuse to raise the prices. Come on. What was it? Oh, here's one for you, John. Because since you don't go on my nerdy collector show late at night, it's too late for you.
I do not.
I know. I put this out for the community members, and the guys that are on the panel last night were really awesome about it because I have to go back and listen to all their answers now.
Okay.
And have the queen do her homework. So my honey was asking, she wanted, this is the queen asking this, my wife. She's like,
right.
Comic book vocabulary. What are some of the words that would make you think of a comic book?
Bam.
What?
Bam. Bam.
Bam. See, there you go.
Yeah,
and
pow.
She's got morph, mutant, superhero. A bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, mine would be the word bubbles. That would immediately take me to
right away
comic books.
Wow,
the old golden age. Pow. Boom, zap.
Yep. There you go.
Those would be what would immediately say, okay, we're talking about a comic book.
Yeah. That's what make you think about a comic book. That's what she was looking for. Excuse me.
So what was your answer?
Oh, I had a lot of them. I wrote them down for her.
Oh,
okay. I had word bubbles. I had, mutant, superhero, all that I was telling her. So yeah, she's doing it for a recipe book. So
okay. All right.
It's pretty cool. She's trying to think of
you have Kung Pao chicken.
Like, yeah. Exactly. So that's what she's looking for. She's trying to melt
Kung Pao no chicken in your dish.
Or what if?
Yeah. What if this really tasted like chicken?
I know you give us a lot of shit. Yeah, she'll cook for you one day. Don't worry. She'll impress you. I know you like to pull a chain on that.
Yeah. What if this had meat in it? That would actually be funny.
Yeah. Yep.
What if this wasn't tofu?
Oh.
Hey man, you don't get this figure eating tofu. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fall asleep, pass out.
This is my two body look. I could put two bodies in here.
So, other than that, what else did you do for your birthday? Anything?
No. I went to pick up my cupcakes.
Okay.
And that was pretty much it. I just went out in the morning, grabbed what errands I needed to do, mailed my stuff off from my whatnot.
Yep.
Got that dropped off to the post office, so I don't have to do it tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And
I had a question about that too.
What?
I'm noticing that too, and there's been a little bit of community talk. Interesting. Does whatnot take like 40% of your
No.
Tape? Okay, what's the 40% thing people are talking about?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
40%?
40%. I'm like, what? They didn't make sense.
Never seen 40%.
I'm asking the question because people have brought it up.
Whatnot's take is like 10%.
Okay.
It's like an eBay fee kind of thing.
Is it more than eBay or less than eBay?
No, actually, I think they're 10, maybe 12%. It's pretty much the same as eBay, except eBay tacks on all these other e-fees.
Yeah.
Which they like to tack on everything.
Of course.
The thing about Whatnot is I think it's the first, like on comic books, the first book you buy is $4 shipping, and then each additional book is like $0.25.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, I have people that are in. They have the builder boxes with me that'll go on and buy some things on Whatnot, and then I'll ship them the rest of their builder box in their Whatnot box.
That's smart.
Very smart.
Yep. Save on shipping costs.
that's what they do, and I think that works out fine for them. So it's actually a good way to get your Build-A-Box to you.
There you go. Hey, while we're talking about that, let's do a shameless plug for you. Hang on. Here we go. Love that. What do you treasure part?
And it's when Zach and I first started everything, and we got the logo and the Marvelous Comics, and I was just laying in bed one night and I was thinking, I need something. I need a catchphrase.
Sure.
That's like dragon and
Yep.
dragon's horde and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. And then it came to me as what do you treasure? And I was like, I think that's it. I think that's what
Love it.
will stick. Now, just to clarify to everybody, as far as what my son and I do, it's not to take away from a local comic shop. So if you have a local comic shop, by all means, use your local comic shop. I don't want you to, feel like you're going to use me and not support your local economy.
Yeah.
But if you're in a rural area, or you don't have a comic book shop nearby, or in some cases your comic shop is a major dick, be glad to help you out. And we do 25% off all pre-orders all the way up through the FOC, and everything's through Previews World. You go on, click, select it yourself. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Still cool.
It works out pretty well. So.
Yep.
And yeah.
Got it. Well, have you watched anything? Any new shows? I've been continuing on with.
I rewatched all the Harry Potter movies over the past 2 weeks.
Did you like it?
Oh, I've rewatched them. I've read the books when they first.
The books are better, but I don't. The movies.
Oh, the books are way better, and the books are better on any movie.
The movies to me are kind of like hit or miss with me.
Like Zach, we were watching. I think it was either Goblet of Fire or Order of the Phoenix.
Right.
And he's like, this was my least favorite one. I said, well, the book was way better than this. I mean, because the book is this thick.
Sure.
I said, the book is this much, and they can only fit really edited down into a movie.
Yep.
And the only movie I can think of where they took a book and tried to stretch it out correct was The Hobbit.
Yeah.
But they dicked that up because they got to that last movie, and then they just embellished the crap out of it.
Exactly.
And you're like, who is this Ozog, the goblin with the spear on his hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
And where's all this crap coming from? And what's this love triangle with the elf and the dwarf? And it's like, just tell the story.
Yeah,
tell the story like it is in the book.
Kind of
and let's go on. Keep the Hollywood stuff out of it. Don't embellish it. What in the book was like a 10-page battle. They made 2 hours long.
Yep.
Like, really?
Yep. Yeah.
It got to the point where the battle was just like Battle of 5 Armies. Yep. Still going.
Yep. That happens a lot, unfortunately. What else was there? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about it. So you guys out there in the community, if you catch us on the rewind, catch this during the live show, check out the links down below. Awesome people down there. Put a bunch down there. Got some couples shows that are on there. Dope Comics is on there. I want a big shout out to Dope Comics. Anthony, good dude. He collects a lot of old pre-code horror books, which is right up my alley. We talked about it last week about Dracula and Vampire. And it's funny, we brought that conversation came back up again, John, last night.
Oh,
So
did
that
it
was
really?
interesting. Yes.
How'd that
And
go?
your character was talked about. Doctor, what was his name?
Occult. Dr. Occult.
Dr. Occult. That came up. Yes, exactly. Which is an interesting little tidbit on that whole subject. But a big shout out to Dope Comics. Please go sub him up. I want to get him above 150 subs. It would be nice. Get him above 100. He does a good show. He does a couple shows a week, and they're like 8-9 minutes long, and shows some hauls that he's been grabbing and stuff he's been collecting. Good dude. So go check him out. And yeah, last night I did what was it? I decided to do a retro like rewind of my show, how much we've done in we've been doing it for almost 3 years now on the Nerdy Collector Show. And it's like, there was an episode, I think it was episode 17. I edited down a little bit, and it was one of the first ones. And we had Discovery Bay and Alex White Whale. By the way, Alex, if you don't know, John, White Whale Comics and John Comics with Kids and a couple other community members out there, they play a D&D game like on Sundays, I think, sometime. Right. And I forget what they call it, but I've watched it. If you haven't done one in a while, but Alex is part of that. He's a good DM. And I know it's right up their alley, but he was on that show, and it was like in the beginning phases of the Nerdy Collective. And I think we were calling it, before it changed the name, it was the Comic Book with a Hook show.
Right, I remember that.
And the editing took forever on the beginning intros. Those intros were like, ugh. And on there, we had big shout out to Monty, my buddy, Mr. White Gloves. If you guys haven't checked him out, check him out. Last night, I dropped that video about a half hour in, and it was the comic book reader. And Monty, you know Monty, he's loud, proud, and out there. I love the man for it. And yeah, he made this comic book reader, and it was like a little small advertisement. Right. It was awesome. Just makes you laugh.
Legion of Comics. Thank
Legion
you for
of
joining
Comics
us.
is in the house. Yo, we are Legion. Yeah, buddy.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice to get a little love out there. We need a little love over here. These two old men are sitting here chatting.
Hey, man. Old men don't need a lot of love.
Not that. I'm happy.
Trust me, heart can't take it.
You don't have a redhead. I have a redhead.
That's true. It's true.
Thank you so much, Legion. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you so much. This is the new show we're doing on Sundays, a little earlier so people can catch it.
So I can be awake.
That too. Exactly. I'm a big supporter of Legion. I support his channel. I watch him when I can watch him live. He's actually been kind of switching it up a little bit, so it gives me an opportunity. You know, there's only so much you can do out there for community members and competing. There's so many great shows out there.
Right.
And it's like, one thing I do like about Legion is he'll actually, when you get the chance, he'll have like community, like what we're doing, but then he'll send a link out to his community members, and they all join in, and they do a live show, just like a appreciation moment, so they can talk about whatever they want on his show, which is pretty cool.
Right.
So yeah, really appreciate that. What was that? I'm trying to see. What did you say, Deuce?
He said a lot earlier, because you said this is earlier than your other one.
Yeah,
it's a lot earlier, which I agree
later.
completely. This is like daytime.
Yeah, it's weird for me. I'm such a vampire. Yeah, I'm a night person. Oh,
I worked nights for almost 2 years. Did 8 at night to 4 in the morning,
oh wow.
and man, that would tear me up.
TM buddy, thank you for being here. Yes. Awesome.
Um,
so
so what?
um
So your button. So what?
we're like half hour in.
We are.
What else would you like to talk about?
Well,
Oh,
go
have you
ahead.
finished this? Here, hold on. I know I'm going to bring this up. You know my nerdism, but just finished this excellent book.
Carl Sagan, Science as a Candle in the Dark.
Yep.
Demon Haunted World.
Yeah, he actually dedicated to his grandson this book after he passed away. It's
Uh-huh.
so good. So good. The quotes in here are awesome. There's quotes from like Albert Einstein and Tesla and stuff like that. It's really,
Okay.
really cool. And he gets into the in-depth, his way of thinking, which I kind of like. So I love stuff like that. Finished that. That was good. Got a reading pile that's about a mile high on the side of my table. Thanks, John. Oh yeah. What's up? House of Eel
House of
Comics.
Comics, Noggin Comics.
I see that. Very cool, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. Big time.
Well, I'm just going to bring up a couple things that are coming out this week. If you are
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
a new comic person, Carnage #1 will hit your shelves on Wednesday for the new Carnage series. Let's see what else is coming out this week. One that you're getting, G, is Clay People Colossus.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a one shot. Could you,
Yep.
you remember the Clay People one that you got?
Yes, because
That
it has
comes
something
out.
to do with
That
the
comes out this week. Let's see. Basilisk #8 comes out this week. If you've been doing that one.
Thank you, buddy.
I don't remember what that one is, but there's one coming out called Playthings #1, and I don't remember what it is, but it sounds interesting enough. Slumber #1. That one actually intrigued me.
Right.
Slumber. Picture a. All right, so like if you have nightmares,
Right.
this is revolving around a person that can go into your nightmares and confront your nightmares for you.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I thought, okay, that sounds like a pretty cool concept, and it's a girl that basically think of it like a Freddy Krueger fighter.
Right.
Yeah, someone that can go into your dreams and fight your battles for you. And I was like, okay, this sounds pretty neat. So
Yeah.
I got some of those. Silver Coin 10 comes out. If you were a Silver Coin fan, a couple Star Wars titles come out this week, and
What's up, buddy?
yeah,
Thanks for being here.
X Lives of Wolverine 5. So, like Dreamscape kind of ish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm hoping that title's going to be good. I'm going to try to read that one as soon as it gets in, and I have high hopes for that one.
Cool. Excuse me.
And of course, there's other stuff that comes out this week. I'm just King Spawn 8.
The annual does?
King Spawn #8, not the
Number
annual.
8. Okay, got you.
So, and then Life Zero #2. Life Zero is another zombie apocalypse kind of title.
By the way, what was that? What's that other one that was released? That new one with the superheroes? There was 2 copies of it, I think. Marvelous
Project.
Came out like last maybe 3
It
weeks
wasn't
ago.
long. That was the Image title.
Yeah, what's that called?
Yeah. It was Project Superhero, wasn't it? Project.
Something I didn't know. This is
asked me too quick. What was it?
Sorry, the 2 brothers comics that do a show.
Yeah, they did a
Know that.
a comic for a cover for that one.
Yeah, they did a 3rd one for that. I'm like, what? Really? Did not know that. I talked to them the other day. I'm like, listen, you guys, I want a signed book from you guys.
No,
They
it wasn't Project Superpowers. That
had an
one was.
exclusive. I thought that was pretty cool.
I can't remember what it was called. And if somebody out there knows
Yeah.
what we're talking about,
I don't, because I don't
it
have it
was
in my
the
hand.
Image title that just came out that had Radiant Red, Radiant Black, and the other one in it. No, it wasn't We Live.
I can't remember what it was.
We Live Age of Palladians just came out this past week.
There it is.
Supermassive.
Right there.
That's
it. There it is.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Supermassive. Thank you, Flo Dameron. Dameron.
Awesome. That's the book. Thank you so much.
That is the book.
Yep, that's the one. I didn't know the Two Brothers had something to do with that. They actually did.
They had posted it on Instagram that they had one.
Yeah.
But I thought that the cover that they posted was one of the regular covers.
Yeah.
And I think theirs didn't sell out, but they did have the ratios at a really low cost.
Yeah.
Because when you make a cover for your own store, you have to, especially on Image.
Yeah.
If you have a special cover made through Image, you have to buy so many of the A and the B cover as well.
Right.
So you have to buy
I'm curious
a big
about
lot of this one and a big lot of this one. So especially if it's a number one. So like if I went and had a cover made of number 8 of a series, I wouldn't have to get ABC, 500 each.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous. It gets so stupid sometimes.
But if you're going to do a number one or a one shot, you have to buy like 500 copies of every single regular cover they have. And now you end up with a gazillion ratios on top of that.
Yep.
So, yeah. I mean, those are the stores that you could definitely get the ratios from at a good price, but they've got to make a lot of money back before.
I'm curious about this Rogue Sun. Have you read it?
I have not read it yet.
I want to know if it's good before I buy it. I didn't want to get into it because our covers were great, but I want to know if it's a good story.
Rogue Sun, Radiant Black, and Radiant Red is basically what Image is taking and turning into a superhero team. So that's, and I've had a lot of people say, well, it's a lot like Power Rangers kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, I can't, argue with you on that. Anything like that kind of looks Power Rangerish. But, Radiant Black has done very well.
Right.
It's got a following to it. Radiant Red just started. And, we'll have to see how
okay, they did work on, that's what he's saying. The creative team worked on Power Rangers too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and it is very Power Rangery.
That's okay. My grandsons will love it.
It's not, Power Rangers go.
Yeah.
Yep. I couldn't watch Power Rangers in the
I couldn't either, but my grandson I know like it. So,
and actually that reminds me, I meant to go to Ultimate Comics yesterday morning because the Pink Ranger and the Yellow Ranger were there, and I completely forgot about it.
The Pink Ranger was my daughter's favorite. Yep. That's so funny. That is so funny.
Because I have Pink Ranger books and Yellow Ranger books, sitting in the back. I could have had those signed.
Yep.
And forgot all about it, and could just walked in to the store that I normally go to. Stupid. Oh well.
Oh hey.
Forgot about it.
So it's all good.
Yep. Oh well. Now I've just been reminded of how my mind's slipping.
What was it?
Pop's Attic. Welcome in, man.
Welcome.
Now, a show that I did watch with my kids in the 90s, early 2000s that I absolutely did not mind sitting down and watching was the first series of Digimon.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I
my son
loved
liked that.
seeing it because it had continuity to it. Every show bled right into the next one. You could sit and watch them in a whole order. It was great. I loved it. I think the first 4 seasons were like the first series, and
Right.
it was great. They loved it. I liked. I'm like, hey, don't watch this without me. And we missed an episode. Yeah, there was no
Nice.
going back and catching it on the rewind. You had to
Sure,
wait for it to come back around again.
of course.
But yeah, I love Digimon. I thought it was great. And then they came out with the second, you know, one is
Yeah, not as good as the first time around.
just stick with what works.
Yep. Mhm.
Why does
Mhm.
everyone think they have to rewrite it? When people just want to see the exact same thing over and over again. That's what I want.
Yep.
And when you make a comic book adaptation of a movie, I want to see the comic book adaptation in the movie.
Right. Exactly.
Which when I was in high school, Punisher came out with Dolph Lundgren,
Yep. I remember it.
and we went to watch it, and we're like, "All right, we're so excited to see the Punisher.
Hmm.
When's he going to show up?"
Yep. 40 minutes in.
Where's the skull on the chest
Yeah.
that tells me that this is the Punisher? Because it's not here. And then the only skull you see in the whole movie is on the knife hilt. You're like, seriously, this is
Yep.
what you
Kind of a
got?
bummer.
This is the Punisher. You're supposed to tell me that I'm going to buy this as the Punisher.
Right.
There was a reason he had the big skull on his chest. Do you remember the reason that he gave in the comic books? Why the Punisher had the skull on his chest?
Why did he have that on his chest? I know why. Why don't you tell people why?
So that if he met you in a dark alley, you would shoot for the thing that you could see. And they would shoot for the skull, which he had Kevlar underneath of, instead of shooting him in the face and killing him. That's why he had a big skull on his chest.
And also, there's also some superstition behind the skull as well. But really quick, Martin, buddy from over the seas, thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate it. We had a good time. He was on the show last night, late last night with us. He was awesome. Yeah.
Was it back in the? It was back in the 90s. Yeah, I know it was in the 90s. When they do the blurbs in the back of the comic books, and they would ask like questions to the readers.
Right.
And one of the questions was, I wonder how many people Punisher has killed, and I don't remember who it was or what the answer was, but somebody had all the appearances of the Punisher and went through and counted, and it was in like the thousands upon thousands of people that the Punisher had killed at that point. And he'd only been out like 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like the biggest mass murderer.
Yeah, it's huge. Yep. And he's going through another change again too. Now he's going, I think his new run or something. It's interesting. Everybody's freaking out about the logo, but as far as I'm concerned, the logo, it's going to morph and change. It's going to go back to his original. It's just temporary. And the artist has every right to do that. But he's with a Japanese ninja.
Right. He's with, I think it's the hand.
Yeah, he's with the hand. So that's what he's doing right now. So, of course, things are going to change a little bit to fit in with his environment.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a permanent
me neither.
Change for the logo because, and I mean, they got a little political with the logo.
Yeah, they did. It's amazing how you change one tiny thing in any of our heroes and people lose their minds.
Well, I mean, that's one of those logos like Spider-Man.
Yep.
I mean, you can see the Batman logo and it's Batman. You see Spider-Man logo, it's Spider-Man. You see Superman, it's Superman. Even a person that doesn't know comic books, you see that skull, know it's the Punisher.
Yeah. Yep.
So, there's certain logos that I really have issue with.
You're true.
Yeah, you don't change. But if you're out there watching this right now and you have not watched Peacemaker,
Ooh.
that is by far one of the best shows to go watch.
I think it's funny. I don't think it's the best show because all I can think of is Toilet Bowl Head.
I think it is one of
He's
the.
such a dork.
I think it's one of the best DC shows that they have ever put out.
Don't say that. That's just my opinion.
I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, it is funny. It is funny. It is funny. It is not to be taken serious, but Peacemaker is such a jerk that
he
it
is.
just makes it absolutely
he's arrogant.
hilarious.
He's just an idiot.
And
Big
if
dope.
you do not laugh
Yeah.
at the intro,
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on with you.
I just, you know what you see, here's the thing, because I like DC as well. And the thing is, it's really irritated me that every friggin' movie, almost, I shouldn't say every movie, but you know, other than the Batman runs, the movies that they've all done, those have been good in their own way. Every single one. Some of them have not been the greatest, but DC in general needs to work on their live action movies. They got to stop making this comedy scene. They did it with Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad could have been so much better, but they threw a lot of comedy elements in there. And I think it's funny. It's overdone.
Well, see, I'm on disagree.
Some of these characters I really liked growing up, and I hate them. I mean, look at
like what, Polka Dot Man?
That was funny, but I'm saying, like, as an example, let's look at Vigilante. In the book,
no. I loved how they did Vigilante.
No, you see him in this show. He's just a super nerd.
He funny. He is a psychotic. You know, he thinks he's doing good, and I agree with 3 Millions on this, or M 3 Lions. DC has such a repertoire of characters.
Yeah.
That they can pull from, like they did Peacemaker, who was not a DC character.
Right.
He originally started in Charlton.
Yeah, Charlton Comics. Yep.
Yeah. And really, if you can find that one, it's probably pretty good Charlton to find and grab hold of.
Yeah.
But there is so many characters that DC has that they don't do anything with, and they just put them on the back burner. Now, I mean, and there's a lot that should stay on the back burner, but I mean, they could take a character like Booster Gold, who is really not a great character, but is along the Peacemaker line of you could make a funny movie with Booster Gold. The Phantom Stranger.
Oh, he was just
and actually, that's one of the strongest characters in DC.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they could make a Phantom Stranger, and now I'm assuming he was talking about Phantom Stranger and not the Phantom.
Yeah, right. I was just showing something I had sitting right there because you brought it up.
Yeah, the Phantom, which is actually one of the oldest hero comic strips,
right?
You know, going back to the actual comic strips.
Yep.
The Phantom is actually the oldest, I believe.
It is.
Phantom was the first hero in comics. The purple one with the mask, you know.
Yep.
Billy Zane. Yeah. If you can stand to watch that movie. If you haven't seen The Phantom with Billy Zane, it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Zach and I sat and watched. I had him watch The Shadow with me.
Yep.
Yeah. Once I sketched out the Shadow cover, I was like, "Have you ever seen The Shadow?" And he's like, "No." I was like, so I put it on, and he sat there and watched the whole thing. He's like, "I really think they could make that a lot better now." He said that, but that's one of the few movies that I'm drawing a blank on his name, but somebody in the chat's going to say it. One of the brothers, there's a gazillion of them.
Yeah.
You all know who I'm talking about. That guy. That's one of the few movies that he did that I actually liked. I really liked him in that movie. That was really good. Aquaman, just the filming style and costume seems cheesy now. You talking about the old Aquaman,
Probably, yeah.
the orange with the green tights and the. I agree completely. Gosh, what is that actor's name? That's going to bother me now. There's like 3 different ones. One of them played Barney Rubble. One of them played in Firefly. I cannot think of their name. Baldwin's. There you go, Alec Baldwin. Yeah.
There we go, Baldwin Brothers. Thank you, Deuce.
Mhm.
Appreciate that.
Thanks for saving me from my.
Both of us. I know. Oh my goodness. Okay. Almost the hour mark, right? In about 2 seconds here. We're good.
Well, it's about 4 minutes, not 2 seconds, but
Well, yeah, 4 minutes.
I mean, don't cut me short.
I'm not.
All right.
What are you talking about? We got 4 minutes.
What else you got going on, man?
Hold on. What is it? Yeah. Why is the chat still laggy on this? I don't get it.
I remember loving the Phantom from the cartoon in the early 90s or late 80s. The Phantom, like the Purple Phantom? Or...
Yeah, is that what you're talking about, buddy?
So you had, who was it that there was? The Phantom was in a superhero team with Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
And there was someone else in that. That was a weird team up mashup of superheroes of. Well, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I called Flash Gordon a superhero, and don't get me wrong, Flash Gordon's one of my favorite characters. However, Flash Gordon and Rocketeer are not superheroes.
No,
they're
just like
dudes.
Batman.
They're dudes. That's it.
Just like Batman, and I love Batman, but
just like Batman. Batman has if he was in D&D, he'd have a luck of 20. So,
yeah, exactly.
There's no way he should.
He
should survive a year in Gotham.
There we go.
Mandrake, Phantom, and Flash Gordon. Yep, Defenders of the Earth. You are exactly right. Yep.
There you go. Very cool. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so let me see. I'll put it out there and let you do your thing here. What's going on? So we have a couple more shows on the Nerdy Collective on Saturday night at midnight. Come check us out. Like, subscribe, please. In here on the bottom, there's a long line of wonderful people in the community. Legions down there as well. Sub them up, subscribe to them. Go check out all these wonderful people's shows. John's down there as well. My buddy here. Yeah,
I make the list.
Of course. People you should go definitely check out. Please go check them out. Give them some love. And I really appreciate everybody that showed up in the chat today and that are supporting us right now and subscribing to us. I really appreciate it. And we need a little love, these 2 old men right here.
Not too much love.
No, we're good. But hey, it's appreciative, big time. I really appreciate it, you guys. I was kind of wondering there if we were going to have anybody show up. There was like Deuce. Deuce was the only one in there all by himself.
Well, he counts as 2 because he's Deuce.
Yeah, Deuce. Thank you, buddy. Yes. Okay. Midnight Central, 1 a.m. Eastern on the Nerdy Collector Show. There you go, Deuce. That's right. Exactly. That's on Saturday.
That is why I don't make it.
Yep. We got 2 more shows, 2 wonderful guests, a Q&A with 2 wonderful guests coming up. We have Alex Winkink is coming next Saturday. And then we have Sam's. Hold on, I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
Matt's fighting. He's from Australia. He'll be on as well. And he'll be in the following week. So, and after that, then maybe I'm going to I got some wonderful inspirational ideas from community people out there, especially Martin in the chat, Deuce in the chat, about some ideas as putting some new content, something different, thinking outside the box instead of being so, just comic books. Show some of my nerdiness with some other things that I'm really interested in. Show a couple of videos of doing something like that. So I might do that and that means I have to edit video. I'm so used to doing live shows like this. So if we make a mistake, we make a mistake.
Yeah, you just let her roll with it. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, I mean, editing videos takes so much time.
It does. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how long it takes, especially when you're uploading and re-downloading. It's insane. I can't believe how long it
takes. Takes hard drive space.
Yeah.
Whew.
Big time.
But
so that's what we're doing for the next 2 weeks. And I'm doing this pretty much every Sunday. Me and John will be doing this. Content will roll in what we want to talk about. It's just two old guys talking, nerd talk, movies, entertainment, pop culture, comic books, whatever you want. And if you guys have any suggestions, please put it down in the comment section when the show is over. We'd really appreciate it. A topic or something you want us to talk about that's interesting to you, we'll talk about it.
I mean,
otherwise,
if it's interesting to us.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
I mean, if I don't know what you're talking about, then I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. All right, buddy, go ahead.
What
you got coming up? What do you got doing? You got something coming up this Saturday?
I'm on the screen all by myself. Okay, so next Saturday I have my my claim sale, poker night, and war on my channel at 5:00 Eastern time. And
it's a lot of fun, you guys.
This will be the last show before our giveaway drawing at the end of March. And poker takes a little bit of time to play, but basically, if you win a book in a round, you get a poker hand, and you'll get 2 cards or 3 cards to go with the 2 cards that are flipped for the house, and you're bidding against everybody else. So, and then it goes with it's kind of hard to describe just in this little amount of time, but people have built up points over the whole quarter towards the giveaway drawings, and they can wager with their points and everything. So it's a lot of fun, and we do blackjack on the 2 prior to this one, and then we did Pictionary for the ones up to this, and that was a lot of fun. But takes
so you guys all know,
a lot of time.
John's claim sales, auction, claim sale, whatever you want. He makes it fun, makes it entertaining. It's not just waiting for this person, this person, this person. And, you don't have to bid on something. You can go there and just enjoy yourself and just have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I do this because when I first started off, I went to a lot of these claim sales on YouTube, and I was honestly bored out of my mind.
It gets to be boring.
And I had no idea why people were staying in these things for this long, because they're not entertaining. And so I try to make them entertaining. So that's
and I appreciate it, John. It takes a lot of work to doing that.
My take on it. Yeah. But it's fun. It's fun. It's really fun. And if you win, you get a war video. And so if you win a war, which is basically somebody claims a book at $1 and you're like, no, I want it for $2. And then then you guys start your own auction. And if you win, and I know you're going to be there, and I make you a video, then your video will show that you just beat this other guy. And
they're pretty unique too. So they're pretty awesome.
I'm try to make them specific for you.
Yeah.
So
a lot of fun, buddy.
And I think I got some things coming up. So and actually let me put my link in the chat here. And
I also have you on the bottom as well.
Okay. So if you go to this right now, because what I'm actually looking to do is to change my website around, and I don't want to move everything to the new website. So if you put in, and I got to remember what my code is, so I got to look it up here real quick. And if you put this in, I don't know when I'm going to end it. but where's it at? There it is. Okay, so if you put this code in at checkout, put in the code blowout at checkout, and everything on the website is 50% off if you use that code. Dig deep. There's a lot of stuff in there. I have not changed prices on there for 10 months or so. So you can find a lot of good deals on there. And have at it. So
Awesome.
But 50% off everything. I did not go in and alter any prices. So what's there is what's there. Whatever treasures you find them. So that's all I got for you.
All right. John, it was fun.
It was fun.
And you, community, thank you so much. Really appreciate the support. Please share us out. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate it. John would really appreciate it. Yeah.
I'm over here, but yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Point the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. Opposite. Anyway, John, I'll see you next Sunday, buddy.
All right, G. Everybody, thank you for joining us, and we will see you around.